this video, we will learn about modules in Node.js. A module in Node.js is just a JavaScript file that contains functions or classes, maybe objects, and can be reused by exporting and importing. So, if you remember in the last video, we worked with the file system. That was also a kind of module. So let's try to understand that what are the different types of modules. The first type is core modules. So the core modules are the ones which are built-in modules provided by the Node.js. There is no need for any kind of installation. The second one is a local module. These are custom modules created by the developer in separate files. Like, these are not the ones which are already available. The core modules are built-in modules which are already there, while the core modules are the ones which are defined by us. We create them. They are customized one. They are not already available. And there is a third type, that is a third-party module which can be installed via npm. These are external packages which can be only installed using Node Package Manager or any similar dependency manager. Now let's take a look at certain core modules which are built-in modules. These are not the only core modules available, but yeah, the most utilized ones or important ones are these, out of which the file system module we already have covered. And we will be covering the rest of the core modules in the next videos, or maybe in the upcoming videos. So file system module was the module that provides functions to interact with the file system, like reading and writing files. We already have done this. Events module allows handling and emitting events using the event emitter class. We also got a buffer module that handles binary data directly in the memory. The stream module enables the streaming of data for efficient read and write operations. zlib module provides compression and decompression using certain algorithms. Then HTTP module helps in creating HTTP servers and handles requests and responses. We got a path module that offers utilities for working with the file and directory paths. Then you also have an OS module that provides information about the operating system, just like CPU or memory and so on. The next one is local module. For understanding local module, we need an example, as it will be created by the user, means we need to write a short code and we are required to reuse that code by exporting it and importing it in some other file. So let's see how to do that. So I'll create a file with the name math.js, and I'm going to create a function that will be responsible for adding up the two numbers. So I'll be taking two parameters here, and this will return a plus b. Before we continue with this, we need to understand why local modules are needed. They're useful because they let you organize, reuse, and manage your code more efficiently. Let's see that why it is important. Well, this is important because of these few reasons. Code reusability means you can write a function once and use it in multiple files. Better organization. Large projects become messy in one file. So local modules split your logic into smaller and manageable files. You also have another advantage, separation of concerns. Here, each module handles a specific task, like it could be database, it could be some math operations, it could be logging in. So that will just make your code easier to maintain. Then you have clean and readable code. Your main file will remain clean with the core logic because you are abstracting it into modules. Then you have team collaboration. So when you work in teams, different developers can work on different modules without interfering with each other's code. Let's export this now. You need to use module.exports equals to. You need to create an object and mention the name of the function, that is add. Now your add function has been exported. It means now it can be utilized in any other file. Let's create a separate file for reusability. I'm creating app.js. Now in order to import the math.js, there are two ways. One is the common JS, we already know about it. This is the default way in Node.js, and the other one is ES6 that we already have been using from the past few videos. So I'll just tell you the first way, that is you need to create a variable. Let's say math, const math equals to, you need to use the require method and then put down the path. So we are already in the same directory. You just need to put dot slash and then math. And then after this, you need to use console.log, and all you have to use is this math, because this is the one that was exported in the other file in math.js. So you're going to use math.add and pass the two values, let's say 5, 3. Let's understand bit by bit. Math is the object you get when you require math. It contains all the exported functions or variables from math.js. So right now the only exported function is add. Now what is add here? This is the property. Specifically it is what? It's a function on the math object. So it refers to the add function that was exported from math.js. Now let's execute this, but make sure that if you have included this key in package.json, type as module, you need to remove this. Then you can execute. You have to execute app.js file, node app, and you get the result as 8. Okay, so let's take a look that if I want to have multiple functions, so I would like to have one function as add and second one as sub. That's for subtraction. Return a minus b, and I'm going to export sub as well. Now when I come to app.js, I need to also utilize console.log math. Now I want to utilize the sub function, and you can now pass the arguments. Let's say the same arguments 5, 3. Now let's execute again. You'll get the result for both of them. This is possible only if you want to use the common JS module. You want to execute your code as a common JS module or CJS in other words. But if you want to use ES6, which is the recommended way, for that you will have to utilize export function, and module.exports will not work this time. And come to app.js, comment this line, use import asterisk. Asterisk means that whatsoever the functions or variables are there in math.js will be imported as math from /math.js. Right. And then come to package.json. You must include type as module once again, because this is an indication that you want to treat your JavaScript files as ES6 modules. So let's check. You need to write node app and you got your result. Now before proceeding, let me first discuss the ways your JavaScript files can be treated. The first one is the default way, that is CommonJS. This uses syntaxes like require and module.exports. You need to remember this. And the loading is also synchronous. For ES6 modules, this is a modern way of treating your JavaScript files, both in browsers and Node.js. Their syntax include import and export statements rather than require and module.exports. Even their loading is also asynchronous. And also, when you want to treat your JavaScript files as ES6 modules, it's important that you do include type as module in package.json. Or you can also make the extension as .mjs rather than using JS. Okay, so I hope there is a clarity on this now. We have got the clarity on the local modules. Let's continue towards the third-party modules. Well, I don't have much to discuss in this as we haven't yet installed any third-party module yet. But let's have a look at the two basic examples of third-party modules. The first one is Express Web Framework. This helps you to build web applications and APIs easily by simplifying routing and request handling. And you also got another external module, that is Mongoose. This is an ODM or object data modeling library for MongoDB and Node.js. This helps you to interact with MongoDB using schemas and models. So as I said, I won't be discussing this in detail as of now, but yes, you will have to wait for that time. That's all for this video. See you in the next one.